Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Ocean's Pit, a little show about big things. Hope you guys are having a beautiful Friday. And what a way to start off the weekend with a little lunchtime fun with Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things, Monday to Friday at noon. And thank you guys for watching today, folks. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, and give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show. Every show is dedicated to the first responders, all our men and women in the military, and of course, all our veterans who fought for our country, making it great again. We got a great show lined up for you guys, a little Friday to kick off the weekend, and we're going to have some fun. So let's go to work. Smiling. I don't know what happened there, but folks, we're here. I think you guys are still with us. Hi, everybody. It is Friday. It is the 11th of July. We're ready for another great day. And I hope you guys are ready for a nice weekend. Get out of the house, golfing, swimming, camping, grilling, whatever you do. Come down to Lake Geneva tomorrow. See Tony Ocean us at the Getaway at Lake Geneva. Anyway, and we're going to get right to our sponsor. Let's see how this works today, folks. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. Save 20% off. Buy a 2-pack of select Milwaukee M18 batteries and receive a select M18 tool for free. That's $145 value, folks. Or see our print ad for $25 item under $50 or $12.50 off any regular price item over $50. $30 on select Tangier wood pellet grills for your grills that you purchase at Ace Hardware. And don't forget to tell them to grill your ace off. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Oh, it's Friday. Thank you guys for all tuning in today. Start off the weekend. Let me see who's watching. I don't see anybody watching. I know they're out there. I just can't see them. So it's going to be one of those days today. Who knows? I don't know if you guys can see me, but I know you guys are there, at least right now. All right. So I want to thank you all for tuning in yesterday, the return of Laura Ocean. And of course, she was with me every Thursday. Unfortunately, with family stuff she's got to do and watch Callan. And so she won't be doing every Thursday, but she'll at least give us one Thursday a month to ball bust me. And that's what you guys all wanted to see. So thank you guys so much for that. All right. So I also want to thank everybody who actually, I was, with the rainstorm, was as crazy as it was. I know a lot of concerts in the park, a lot of festivals, a lot of stuff outside, patio parties outside were canceled or moved inside. And I don't know what it was going to be like last night at the Village Pub, but the Village Pub was a big success last night. George and his staff do an incredible job. And it was a great little party for everybody that showed up. I want to thank Louis Pipes and Dana, come up and sing some songs. Lisa P shows up and she sang a couple, her and Peggy and the family. Thank you guys for stopping by. It was great seeing Connie and Mary celebrating a little birthday celebration for Mary. If you're listening, Debbie and everybody that came out, we do appreciate it very much. And I want to thank Double T Tony Toto for stepping in when my good buddy Jerry Jams is at home resting. He's not feeling too good, so he's taking a little time off. So hopefully we'll see him on Sunday at the Casa Italiana, but we're waiting to see how he's feeling. Anyway, so it was a great night at Village Pub in North Riverside, right off of Cermak Road. A lot of fun there. Great food. So make sure you go over there and check the place out. Now, tonight, we're going to keep the party going. We're at Chicago Prime Steakhouse with the Professor Daryl Armenstad, and that's an 8 o'clock hit tonight, folks. Come on out to Chicago Prime in Schaumburg. Saturday, that's tomorrow. That's July 12th. Get your butts down to the Getaway. Beautiful resort, the French Country Inn. We're talking about Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Lake Como on the water right there outside on the pier. It's going to be a lot of fun. Me and Double T, Tony Toto. That's a 6 o'clock hit, 6 to 9. We're going to be going a big party, and that is tomorrow at beautiful Lake Geneva, Wisconsin at the Getaway. You can call Kevin at the French Country Inn and get a room if you want to stay overnight, but it's going to be a lot of fun. And Sunday, we're going to keep the party going with the Festa del Familia and Amici at the Casa Italiana. That's this Sunday on the 13th, folks. Tony Ocean, yours truly, of course. Danielle Croco from the Jersey Girls kicking it off with the national anthem, the American one and the Italian one. Jersey Girls will be performing. And then Tony Ocean, yours truly. So it's going to be at the Casa Italiana in Stone Park, folks. So I hope you guys get a chance to come on out to the Casa Italiana. It's a beautiful place. They have raffles for when you could get a chance to win $5,000 plus also different sponsors and different stuff going on. A lot of food, children food, raffle. It's $100 and includes everything. So come on out, featuring the great entertainment, and it's going to be at the Casa Italiana Center, 37th Street, just south of Sofitel in Stone Park, Illinois. Sunday, Casa Italiana on the 13th. Sunday. Yeah. So I hope you guys can come on out and have a little fun, which I like to do. All right. So what else? What do we talk about today? Boy, the rainstorms hit. When I tried to go fishing this morning, and I went to 3 different parks. I went to the fire department. They have a pond over there on Schaumburg Road in Schaumburg. Nothing. Water was way high. I went over to Lake Park. Water was way high. I went to Turner Park, way high. I tried everything. I tried lures. I tried worms. There was nothing. I seen a bunch of carp, but they just weren't biting what I was throwing out there. So no fishing today for me. I mean, no catching anything today, even though I wore my lucky hooked on fishing grandpa with Kellen on the lure there. So I was hoping I can catch one for Kellen today. But it's going to have to wait till another day, folks. My prayers go out to my good friend Carol Minotti. I hope you're doing well, with the doctor and everything, all the stuff that you got to do. And I hope you guys didn't get any floods or anything yesterday, because it was a little crazy. And it looks like it's going to rain today, too, from 4 o'clock on all night long. Looks like it's going to rain again, going to keep the rain going, which we definitely needed, folks. That's for sure. We definitely did need the rain. P. Diddy walking. What is he going to do? I guess they're going to sentence him on October 3rd to see what happens. From what I've been reading and from what I've been hearing, probably do 3 years. Good behavior, you'll be home in 1 year. P. Diddy walking out, folks. We'll see. I think, of course, his career will drop. I think his business or connections, everything he's got, I don't think anybody's going to want to do business with him anymore, sponsor him or something. I'm sure he'll write a book or something that he recorded. I don't know, but this guy should get a lot more than 3 years, but we don't know. It's not going to happen. They're not going to sentence him till October. So we still got a few months there before that happens. So, hey. What do you know? Let's talk about things now. I don't know if you guys know this. I'm going to say if you guys are here, can I see you today? Let's see. Yeah, there you are. Double T, Tony Toto. Great job last night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bobby Woods, what's up? Bobby, I hope you're doing well. Dick Sayed, the ultimate of Displain. See you tonight, pal. Jill, how you doing? And Karen, some of you people watching, tuning in today. There's Kathy, Mary Grievous. Lewis, what's up, buddy? Aloha from Hawaii, buddy. Aloha. Have fun out there. Emo from Florida. Derek is in the house. What's in Chicago? Chicago's going to do about the status that we're removing from the past mayor. Oh, Lewis, we can talk about that, brother. I never thought we'd have a worse mayor than Lori Lightfoot. This one, Mr. Johnson, Mayor Johnson, is even worse than that, and it's destroying the whole city of Chicago. And with our Fred Flintstone, Governor Pritzker, is destroying our state. So I don't know I don't even know why people would still want to live here. If you have to live here, that's why we're all still here. But if not, I know even before the pandemic, before 2020, before the flu, or COVID, whatever way you looked at it. People were leaving. 300 people a day were leaving the state of Illinois. But where do you go? Florida now with all the taxes there and floodings over there. Arizona with the heat. It was 118 yesterday in Arizona, folks. They said they had a sign, the sign, the plastic signs out in like different stores. There's a 7-Eleven sign melting. That's how hot it was. And that's just 118. 118. And I'm sure it's even going to get hotter. So I don't know. Prayers to my friends that have to live out there in that heat. I don't know how you do it. I really would like to find out someone from Arizona. See, get up early in the morning because it's not that hot, but during the morning it's not that hot, but during the day, my God, it's got to be completely. It is crazy. Our city of Chicago, that State Street, that great street, and of course the whole city. So we're having little problems with that. Let's talk about something that's good and fun. And if you're looking to buy or sell a home, well, why not start with my good friend, of course, the great Mary Grievous. Mary Grievous. She can take care of all your real estate needs. Don't just call her when you're ready to buy or sell. Contact her when you're considering buying or selling. That's right, folks. She's your forever agent, Mary Grievous at mgrievous@starkre.com. That's 630-688-1725. At Berkshire Hathaway Stark Real Estate, she's available to assist buyers, sellers, for sale by owners, and expired listings, all in one package with my good friend, Mary Grievous. And then, of course, besides selling homes, she's also in travel agency, NTD Vacations. And you can book her, call her to book any of your vacations. But the one we're going to push right now, and we've been pushing for a while, is the Chicago Music Cruise, round 3. At least with me, this will be my third one with Seventh Heaven. And it's going to happen, folks, January 17th through January 25th, 2026. Still got some time, a lot of time left. Those rooms are booking up because the price is over the top. Now, if you're hearing this for the very first time, it's going to be now on a brand new cruise ship. We did a bunch of Seventh Heaven for many years. It's been doing the thing with the Royal Caribbean, but everything is time for a little change. With a brand new ship coming out, the MSC World America, excuse me. Oh, don't drink vodka warm. Anyway, yeah, so it's going to be the MSC World America. It's a brand new ship owned by privately owned by an Italian family. It's going to be a lot of fun, folks. Seventh Heaven and Tony Ocean, the main event band. That's the bands right now that's announced. I'm sure there's going to be some more surprises Richie's got coming for you guys. But listen to this. It's 7-night Western Caribbean cruise. Miami, Honduras, Costa Maya, Cozumel, Ocean Cay, which is an island privately owned by World America. Go to ChicagoMusicCruise.com, put in Tony Ocean, or give Mary a call at 630-688-1725 and say, hey, I want to go on the ocean with Ocean and join us. It's a lot of fun on a cruise ship. When you got some great entertainment, and you got some great people that join that ship. So we're going to have a lot of fun. And I hope you guys are having fun. Today is a day. All right, let's talk about something else here. Costco. This is the first time you hear a lot of these retail stores that are recalling food, meat, bread, whatever the hell they're recalling, right? For the last 3 years, looks like every week some company is recalling something. But this is weird. Costco now is recalling air conditioners, dumbbells, power brakes, and tires are all being recalled now at Costco. Air conditioners, dumbbells, are these like the things you work out with? My father used to call me a dumbbell, or knucklehead, that's it. And power brakes and tires. So if you bought any of this stuff recently, might take a look at it, call Costco, whatever it is, and hopefully you can get some. Hopefully you got nothing that was, bad on that. But man, all these recalls, I can't even begin to think why we're having all these crazy recalls, but who knows? Now, if you guys know me, I'm a big believer in cryptozoology. What do you say? What is that? Cryptozoology. Now, I know you're going to think I'm crazy, but if you're watching this show, you know I'm crazy already. I'm a big Loch Ness guy. I'm a big Bigfoot, a big Yeti, Mothman, all that stuff. I believe at one particular time there had to be Bigfoot or Big Feet or Bigfoot. Might be still out there. Who knows? Underneath the ocean, we don't know what's in there. They're discovering stuff all the time. But one thing I'm never really into is UFOs. I believe that they're out there. I believe there's other life on different planets, guaranteed, if we think we're the only people in this crazy world. I don't know, but there's so many sightings, so many people. And, that's that Area 54 or whatever that was back in the 60s. They said they have a Martian. They caught an alien or whatever it was. Who knows? But I believe in all that stuff. I don't follow the UFO stuff, but I don't know. Do you guys follow? Do you guys believe in UFOs? Do you guys believe that there's stuff actually out there? I believe it. I think it's out there. Carol, I hope you're doing well, my dear friend. Vince Ramondi. Was just Michelle Ramondi's birthday a couple days ago. So again, tell Michelle we said hello and happy birthday again. UFOs. I don't know. Mary, Carol, Vince, Emil. Do you guys believe in UFOs? We all believe there's something out there. I don't think the government wants us to know about anything that's out there. I don't think they're little green men that come out and start, I don't know. I can't tell you, but I do believe something's out there. Because we can't be that stupid to think we're the only people in this universe. There's got to be more going on over there. So what do we got here? All right. Cubs are on a roll. For all you Chicago Cub fans talking about baseball, they are on a roll. They won again last night. They're doing great. My Yankees swept the Seattle Mariners. They're finally getting their shit together. Cubs and Yankees are playing this weekend in New York, I think, all 3 games. So that's going to be interesting. Donnie Morrison, we got a little bet on the side there to see if the Yankees can take all. I don't think they'll take all 3 games, but I'm hoping they'll win 2 out of 3. My New York Yankees against the Chicago Cubs this weekend. But the 7th inning stretch. If you've been to a game or you watched a game, it's 7th inning, everybody gets up, they go get popcorn or get drinks, go to the bathroom, whatever they do, and they usually have mediocre or some celebrity out there singing the song. All right, Harry Carey, everybody take me out to the ball. Yeah, Harry was great. Whether he was gone half the time, but I used to love Harry Carey, right? Don't we miss Harry Carey? Don't we miss him? Don't we miss people like John Madden and football? Brett Favre. Or don't we miss Howard Cosell? This is Monday Night Football. We miss those great voices and those great announcers. They don't make them anymore. They got great announcers now, but they just don't have the personality that those 3 guys I just mentioned. Right? But Harry Carey was the best because you never know what was going to come out of his mouth. Right? Hey, Steve, bases are loaded, and so am I. I mean, he would come up with some crazy, that Jody Davis, what a good-looking kid. Or the Spanish guy who missed the ball, he goes, hey, how do you miss that ball in the sun? He's Mexican. I mean, Harry, you never knew. Never knew what was coming out of Harry's mouth. And the funny thing about it was, I miss Harry, we all do, when they used to have the groups that would come in, like the Girl Scouts or the groups of this. Hi, Steve. The Mexican midgets from Mundelein here today, Steve, with their group. Or Jews for Christ from Skokie, Illinois. You never know what's going to come out here. The Italian Shoemakers Hall of Fame here today, Steve. So we miss him. So I looked up the worst 7th inning stretch singers. This is the top 1, 2, 3, 4. They had 4 that were really, really bad that actually made the top 4 list for the 7th inning stretch. Jeff Gordon, who was a race car driver, NASCAR, they said he was one of the worst. Also, Mike Ditka, Coach Mike Ditka, I guess, tried to do the 7th inning stretch and bombed. Ozzy Osbourne, Do you imagine Ozzy? I am Ozzy. I am not an animal. Yeah. Do you imagine him doing the seventh inning stretch? And Alice Cooper doing the seventh inning stretch. These are the four top four that were really bad. There was other people that were mentioned, but I didn't know any of them by name. But these are the four that I mostly heard of, and I'm sure most of you people have heard of. Richard Hamlin, what's up, brother? Hope you're doing well. Saturday night main event coming up Saturday. I'm excited. Anyway, yeah, so the worst seventh inning stretch singers, again, Alice Cooper, Ozzy Osbourne, Mike Ditka, and Jeff Gordon, who was a NASCAR car driver. Crazy. Absolutely. We have some other dates. We're going to be in Arizona in October. We're also going to be in Indianapolis in December. We got a lot of stuff coming up with Oceans Rat Pack, some stuff, doing some more. We're going to be in Warren, Ohio on the August 9th and 10th for the Italian Fest. We love doing the out-of-state gigs. We love doing the road trips. They're a lot of fun because it's fresh, new faces. New concept, when you're out there, you come across a little different because they've never seen the act before, so they're kind of excited. Mostly, 99%. Did Tiny Tim do it, Emil? I don't know. Tiptoe through the tulips. I don't know if he did the seventh inning stretch, but they were the ones that we had there. And you know what? You can't like the old shows, and they're trying to remake them, and they redo them again. Match Game, Gene Rabin was one of my favorites. Richard Dawson, Charles Nelson Riley. That was a great show. Now they're going to try to do it again. I think they tried it once in the 80s or 90s, whatever it was. But after the original cast left, now they got a new one starting July 23rd on ABC and Hulu. Martin Short is going to be the Gene Rayburn part, the host. I don't know who's going to be the panel, but it's never going to be like the original. And I probably will watch it once just to see, but I just don't, especially now with everybody being politically correct, you can't say shit anymore because Match Game, you never knew what would come out of their mouths. Almost like Paul Lynde and Hollywood Squares. Paul Lynde, if I think I'm a lemon, why don't you squeeze me? Yeah. So I don't know what's going to be like Match Game on July 23rd on ABC with Martin Short. I don't know. I'll watch it just for curiosity. Watch it once. We'll see what it's about. And then who knows? Texas. I hope the prayers for the people of that horrible flood that happened out there. I mean, they're just, my buddy Bobby or Mara, anybody that I know that live in Texas, I hope nobody got touched or hurt. Or I feel prayers for anybody that did, or just prayers for Texas. But one thing the schools are starting to do in Texas, folks, is bring back the 10 Commandments in schools. This is happening in Texas, bringing back the 10 Commandments in school. I don't remember all of them, to be honest with you. Thou shalt not kill, right? Thou shalt not steal, covet thy neighbor's wife, a couple other ones. Never the Lord's name in vain. I don't remember them all. But I think, I believe, and it's just my opinion, folks, I believe that we need to bring some sort of a religion back into schools for the younger kids these days. So they got something to at least look at, because it seems like they're taking school religion completely out of schools these days. But I'm glad Texas is doing that, bringing back the 10 Commandments. I don't know what you guys think, but I think it's pretty cool for them to do it. So this is Texas. Another thing, I read a very interesting article, and it said why kids in the United States are dying in a higher rate than kids in other countries. Yvette, what's up, my dear? Hope you're doing well. So what was the question was, why are kids in the United States dying faster than kids in other countries? Here's a couple of top things that they said, which firearm deaths, because in other countries, firearms, the rules are a lot stricter than they are here in the United States. Firearms deaths, drug abuse. Drugs are like crazy here in the United States of America. Accidents, more accident prone, suicides, lousy health care. So that's why they're saying the kids that live in other countries living longer lives than the kids here in the United States of America, which is sad because we're the greatest country in the world. Packy is in the house. What's up, Packy? You ready for Ohio? Warren, Ohio. Oceans Rat Pack will be there. Folks, August 9th and 10th, Saturday and Sunday, 2 shows. Warren, Ohio. We're coming in on the 8th, and we'll be performing on August 9th and August 10th at the Warren Italian-American Italian Fest in Ohio. Anyway, so kids dying faster. In the other countries, maybe the families do care more. I don't know. Maybe they don't have the same old traditions like we used to have. When I got out of line, poof, you got a whack. You never did it again. Got out of line in school, the teacher, back. You never did it again. Some of them went to their priest and they talked to their priests. It's a little different now. So I don't know, but it's scary to hear a story like this, that kids are dying more at a higher rate here in the United States than they are in other countries. Sad as it really is. Here's another sad story, folks. A 72-year-old man. Now, this is in Florida. If you're in Florida, you know there's a lot of wildlife out on the roads because there's all those ponds and streams and ocean and all that, swamps and all that. So it's you're going to get frogs on the road. You're going to get alligators on the road. You're going to get turtles on the road. There you go, Boyd. Good one. Too much leaning. I agree with you, pal. I agree with you. But this is a 72-year-old man driving on the expressway in Florida, sees a turtle on the road. By this turtle, this gentleman pulls over to the side to help take the turtle off the expressway, bring it with him, and probably put it back in a swamp or put it back where he belongs. This guy got killed in a car accident. A car hit him, saving a turtle, a 72-year-old man. I would have pulled over too to pick up that turtle. Throw him in a swamp, back over the bridge or whatever it is. Put them back in the water where they belong. But this poor guy trying to save an animal gets hit by a car accident at the age of 72 years old. It's a sad story, isn't it? And you know what? With other thing going on, there was so many birthdays we missed. So I'm going to do birthdays now, and then I'm going to do another birthdays at the end of the hour. Here's some of the birthdays we missed. Geraldo Rivera, talk show host, 82 years old. Sebastian Maniscalco, great Italian comic. Kevin Bacon, 67 years old. Reba McEntire, 69. Toby Keith, just a country artist himself. Roy Brown. Some of you older guys might remember Cookie the Cook on Bozo. He was the original Cookie. Would be celebrating a birthday. Jim Danner from Ornesti Entertainment. Jimmy, if you're watching, happy birthday, my friend. Rodney Piper, for all you wrestling fans. Steve Lawrence, another crooner who just passed away. Angela Houston, 74 years old. And one of the great crooners, Jerry Vale. Pretend you don't see her, my heart. Yeah, you got to love it. And these are some of the birthdays that I missed the last 2 days, and then we'll do the other birthdays at the end of the hour. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, folks. Interesting. Michael Jeffrey Jordan with the Chicago Bulls. Interesting. Some people say he was the greatest basketball player in the world in the NBA. How many championships? 7 or 8 with the Chicago Bulls. A lot of people say he was a great player, not a great person. A lot of stuff about Michael Jordan. They say he retired from basketball, but we all know that he got kicked out of basketball for gambling. And then, of course, his old man gets killed by those 2 guys. And people think it's just a random that they just happen to find his father on the expressway somewhere at night. Anyway, here's a story about in 2023, Michael Jordan's flu game sneakers. If you remember how many points he scored when he had the flu, 104 fever, and he played the game, sold for $1.38 million. But the story of how they got auctioned is legendary. Whenever the Bulls played Utah, a Jazz ball boy named Preston Thurman would quietly bring MJ applesauce in a Gatorade cup before tip-off. Now, mind you, this is the ball guy from the other team, from the Utah Jazz. He would do it every time Chicago Bulls would play the Utah Jazz. Before tip-off, it became a small ritual, and they built a bond with each other. Helen Tenuta, what's up, my dear friend? During Game 5 of the 1997 NBA Finals, Jordan was seriously ill. It was later revealed he had food poisoning, not the flu. But still, he was sick, sweating, and barely able to stand. There you go. He drank the applesauce and dropped 38 points to steal a win in Utah. After the game, he called Preston into his locker room and signed a game-worn sneakers and handed them over to him. A quiet thank you from the greatest player alive. Now, the ball guy from the Utah Jazz, Thurman, kept them in a safety deposit box for over 15 years before selling them in 2013 for just over $100,000. Now, mind you, that was 2013. A decade later, the same pair resurfaced and sold for $1.38 million. A pair of sneakers, a Gatorade cup full of applesauce, and one of the greatest performances in NBA history. These are shoes we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. These are shoes that Michael Jordan wore. $1.38 million just sold for auction. And people say they have no money. People say they're broke. Obviously not, folks. That is a lot of money. I would have to say. As crazy as it is, even if I had that money, I would not buy anybody's shoes for that. All right. This was sent in from Michael Santo. No relation to Ron Santo, at least not that I know of. Chuck Schumer screaming. Over 10 million people are losing their health care. He's absolutely right. He's correct. Over 10 million people are losing their health care. What he fails to specify is none of these people that are losing their health care are American citizens. Bingo. Thank you, Michael Santo. Love the stories you guys are sending me. That is a good one. Okay, every house, and I'm going to touch this on just a little bit, then we'll get back to other stuff. Every House Democrat voted for illegals Medicaid. Every House Democrat. Every Democrat voted for your tax on your tips and overtime. They voted for this stuff. Every Democrat voted to slash the child tax credit. Every Democrat voted to keep illegal aliens here in the United States. Every Democrat voted to raise your taxes. That's what they're doing. The Democratic Party are doing this, folks. They're the ones that want to keep it all. So it's, of course, it's going to fight. We're going to argue about this all the time, but it's just common sense to me. I don't understand. Most famous laws in the world. Here are some of the most famous laws in the world. We're going to start with number 5, which is called Falklands Law. If you don't have to make a decision about something, then don't decide. I never knew these laws. Do you think that Zohan Mandem is getting much publicity? Maybe that's the reason he's getting high marks. Oh, it could be. Yeah, David, I hope you're doing well. My parents are turning over in their grave. Yeah, so this is Falklands Law. Never heard of it, number 5. Number 4, Wilson's Law. If you prioritize knowledge and intelligence, money will continue to follow. Did not know that. Number 3, Gilbert's Law. When you take on a task, finding the best way to achieve the desired result is always your responsibility. Good one. Kidling's Law comes in at number 2. If you write a problem down clearly and specify it, you're already solved half of your problem. Pretty cool. And then one that we're all familiar with, Murphy's Law. The more you fear something happening, the more likely it's going to occur. Murphy's Law. Just a couple of them out there. I don't even know how they were named or anything, but oh, I'm not even going to get here with this Julian Castro blaming President Donald Trump for the floods in Texas. So we're just going to skip right over that because that's a bunch of nonsense. Hey, congratulations, folks. And again, I'm so excited and happy that people are opening their own businesses. Remember, buy local, shop local, and be successful at it. I just don't like when they put a tag on it, like the first Chinese the first Chinese couple, or the first Polish descent people buy a liquor store, or something like that. I just don't like when they do that. Why can't they say these two, like this particular story here, meet the mother and daughter who made history by opening Florida's first Black-owned Shell gas station? Congratulations. Doesn't make a difference what color they are, but congratulations to meet LaShonda Flowers and her daughter, Santina Vickers, the dynamic duo behind the only Black-owned gas station in Hollywood, Florida, and possibly all of South Florida. After owning a salon and a lounge, the two put their stuff together during the pandemic and secured not one, but two Shell gas stations in just 3 weeks. Their inspiring journey is a family first, and it should inspire everybody. So congratulations. It's very cool. Mother and daughter putting their things together and buying a business, buying two businesses. I just don't like when they put the tag of the color or the nationality or the religion. More power to them. God bless. Congratulations. Because, in this day and age, very good. Your heart beats 100 times, your heart beats 100,000 times a day, adding up to 35 million beats per minute. Did I say that right? Yeah, your heart beats 100,000 times a day. That's 35 million beats a year. That's 2.5 billion beats over the course of your life. The heart. Take care of it. It's important, right? What do we got? I don't know about Instagram. This is a story that I'm sure you probably heard of many, many times. Vacation rental. So someone rents a home. Someone owns a home and he wants to rent it out. They're not there. Maybe they rent houses in Florida or Arizona in the summer while they're maybe back here in the winter because they don't want to spend up there or whatever they do. But you have to be careful when you rent these out, folks. Even though people sign, contract and you're responsible for any damage. Vacation rental trashed as 200 guests out of control gender reveal party happened, and this place went ballistic with a gender reveal party. Whatever happened when you picked up the phone? Hey, Cousin Jimmy, hey, it's going to be a boy. Hey, Auntie Sue, it's going to be a boy. Gender reveal party. People magazine. 200 people destroyed this guy's vacation home. Yeah, so there you go. Now, you think this, I'm going to tell you something. I have to give credit to the people, if it's still Mattel, I'm not quite sure. But remember when they invented the doll Barbie and Ken? First it was Barbie. And when it first came out, I don't know, the 50s, whatever it was, every girl, oh, Barbie. And then they came out with the Malibu Barbie and the prostitute Barbie. And they came up with all these different Barbies. Anyway, then they needed a mate, so they got Ken. And I don't know if he was actually straight. But anyway, besides the point, they come up, what I like about what they do for Barbie is they make a Barbie for every type of child. Because if you just come up with a beautiful Barbie, and the beautiful girls that have it, what about the girls, or maybe like the skinny Barbie? Did they come up with the heavy set Barbie? I don't know. Or, they try to make something. Oh, they have the African-American Barbie. Now they have all the different Barbies in different races, right? They have a different Barbies, so every kid could enjoy it. This was actually pretty cool. It sounded a little silly to me at first, but until you read it and realize there's a lot of, there's people that are out there that have autism or they have different health issues. This is true, folks. This is pretty cool. Brand new Barbie. This is the Barbie they made. It's a Barbie with type 1 diabetes. She makes her debut She looks like a regular Barbie in a nice little outfit. Comes with a pink glucose monitor and an insulin pump for kids who have diabetes. I think that's kind of cool, right? Because now they say, well, mommy, when the kids go, mom, the girls go, oh, that Barbie, that Barbie looks healthy. And how come she doesn't look like me? Well, now they do. So kudos to Barbie for taking something and making all the kids feel like they're normal, which is a cool thing, man, especially when they're young. Because if you brainwash them and destroy them when they're young, these poor kids don't got nothing when they get older. So kudos to Mattel. If they still make Barbie, I don't know, but I think that's pretty cool. Very cool. President Donald Trump orders transgender male inmates to be housed in men's prisons. President Trump has ordered that transgender male inmates to be placed in male prisons, a directive that has sparked debate regarding prison policies and the treatment of transgender individuals as a correctional system. I don't know. What do you want to say on this? I don't know. I don't know. They're in prison, so it's bad enough, I guess, right? If you're in Florida, folks, just speaking of President Donald Trump, you might be happy. I don't know if you are happy or maybe not happy. Some people are, some people aren't. Some people will not be happy with this. Some people will be happy with this. Renaming the road to Donald J. Trump Boulevard, the iconic legacy and historical significant moment that has made the president the greatest of all time, a White House spokesman said. So there's going to be a street now called Donald J. Trump Boulevard in Florida. This is Florida news, if you're happy or not about it. Let's get to something that you probably all be happy about. If you're not, you should be. And we're talking about landscaping. When you have landscaping, you want a company that you can rely on. You want a company that can do it. And, you know what we're talking about? We're talking about landscaping. And when we talk about Jack Vena Landscaping, we're talking about my good friend Tommy. They offer monthly maintenance programs, bush trimming, spring, fall cleanup, bed mulching, fertilizing, weed control. They offer plant design service and installation. They've been servicing the whole northern Illinois area for over 50 years. This is Jack Vena Landscaping. Give Tommy a call at 847-432-5266 if you haven't got on with your landscaping, because buy local, shop local is what it's all about. A little salute to you guys. Horrible. Yeah, so interesting stuff we're hearing today, folks. All right, here's another story. We talk about cruise ships. And I remember the segment that we had on this one, if you guys remember, with the pineapple, with the upside down pineapple. Everybody thought, what does the upside down pineapple mean? Well, some of you people might not know what it is. But of course, after you figure out the upside down pineapple means that the people that are in that room on the cruise ship are swingers. There you go. But there's another story that came up. How to get laid on a ship. For some of you people that might not in a cruise ship. Now, if you're with your spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend or husband, wife, partner, whatever it is. But if you're single, looking to pick up somebody, there you go, folks. Here's how you know how to get laid on a cruise ship. The white sock. The white sock on the doorknob is there waiting for you, knocking the door. So be very careful if you see a white sock hanging from a doorknob on your next cruise ship. Now, I don't know if it's all cruise ships, but and don't shoot the messenger. I didn't make this up. There you go. I thought a lot of times, I remember if you shared a bunk with somebody, you and your buddy, in a hotel, remember, and I might get lucky, whatever it is. So put a sock on there so you know that you're busy there. So the guy goes away, your buddy goes away. But now this is on cruise ships. Socks on your doorknob. Also, Carl Doty, if he's listening. Carl, great seeing you yesterday. So we can spend some time together because I did a pretty long set. My first set was from 7 to 8:30. Went straight through last night at Village Pub. So great seeing Carl Doty. Any interesting stuff here. You got to learn about the cruise ship sock on the doorknob. What about if you don't have a white sock? Good point, Emil. I don't know how that works. I don't know if the black sock means something completely different. So you might have to do some research on that. This is a white tube sock, like, sweat sock. This would be on your door handle. This is Ted Simmons. Does anybody know who Ted Simmons is? I don't. But he used to play for the St. Louis Cardinals. And back in the 70s, some of these guys were either pot, pills, whatever they were on, drugs, booze. There's a picture on his baseball card. If you have a Ted Simmons baseball card. Now, if you look at the picture, he looks like he's a little stoned. But here it is, the folks. Now, they pose and the photographer comes in and takes the picture of a pose and then it becomes a baseball card. You guys know how that works, right? So Ted Simmons had smoked so much weed the day of his picture for his baseball card, he held that pose for an hour after the photographer left. So he was so high that after posting up, for a baseball, an hour after the photographer left, he was still that way. Someone had to slap him and said, Ted, the photographer is gone. You can't make this shit up, folks. Ted Simmons baseball card. That's why they got the idea with the crew socks. Good one, boy. Good one. All right. This is pretty cool. I don't know if this is true or not. But you guys know when you're driving up north or you're driving on a road trip and you get to like the wooded area and you don't want to hit a deer. I hit a deer once with my Cadillac years and years ago. And then they came up with these stickers that you can put on the side of the car. And when you're driving down these roads, it sends out a signal that the deers and animals hear it, so they stay away from the road. Well, Japan did one step. They did one step further. And this is about train. It's not a car, it's a train. Japanese people, Japan, created a train that barks like a dog and snorts like a deer to scare animals off the tracks to protect them. You can't make this up, folks. Look at that. So the dog bark if there's a dog on the track, and it snorts, S-N-O-R-T-S. I didn't even know that's what sounds that deers make. See, we all learned something today. So kudos for Japan. I'm going to tell you something. This is weird. Have you ever done this to your clock? Can you guys see this? Check this out. Look at your old-fashioned wall clock. Have you ever seen this? It's pretty scary because all the numbers that you put together, no matter how you do it, comes out to be 13. Did you see this? Look, 12, you circle 12 and 1, 13. 11 and 2, 13. 10 and 3, 13. 9 and 4, 13. 8 and 5, 13. 7 and 6, 13. Try it out on your wall clock. That is pretty creepy, isn't it? That they all add up to number 13. A pig snorts. That's what I thought so too, Michael. I didn't know what deer did. But you learn something new. Try that on a wall clock. The way you add them all up, it all adds up to 13. And 13, some people think it's a bad number or it's a good number, and depends where you're from. The bees, bumblebees, have officially been named the most important living species on Earth. And we all know we need the bumblebees for the honey and all that stuff. So, did you know that if you spend 20 minutes, forget that one because I can't read that one. All right, anyway, let's, crazy, right? Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says the CDC covered up in an internal study which found 111.35% increase in autism risk from hepatitis B vaccines. you know how I feel about the whole vaccine thing. I haven't had a vaccine, a flu shot, or any of these shots since I was a kid. So I don't know what's going on over here. Robert F. Kennedy is making headlines again, this time claiming that the CDC suppressed an internal study which allegedly found, like I said, 135% increase in autism risk linked to hepatitis B vaccine when given to the kid at birth, or child at birth. Then the CDC knew they buried the date. The public was never informed. That's why this whole thing we were talking about, all these Epstein list or this or John F. Kennedy or this or that, if that stuff is released and we find out how crooked it is, it would shock us all. We would be freaking out in this. Chuck Feldman, wherever you are, Chucky, happy birthday, my buddy. A great journalist, and he writes for papers, and he followed a lot of rock bands and power pop bands, and he turned me on to. It was his birthday, Chuck. This is good. This is called A Daily Dose of Cute. I knew I was going bald when it was taking longer and longer to wash my face. Oh, that's a classic. I knew I was getting bald because it took longer and longer to wash my face. To the kids, if a child can work a tablet, an iPhone, or Game Boy, then he can work a broom, a mop, and dishes. Like that one. Old school. Tony Bisek, a drummer in Chicago. I haven't seen Tony around in a while. I haven't seen him on the show. But if he's listening, I'd like to thank my middle finger for always being there, sticking up for me at those times when I needed it the most. Oh, I love it. I love it. Horace Grant. We were just talking about Michael Jordan earlier. Horace Grant, former Chicago Bull, struggling financially in his retirement due to child support payments and draining his pension. They froze his bank account because he doesn't pay child support. What a bust out. Oh, happy heavenly birthday, Kenny Keach. Keach! Born to Run, Jungle Land. Springsteen's listening to you, buddy, upstairs. Oh, the old Springsteen before he opened his mouth. Anyway, happy birthday. Kenny Keach, up in heaven. Thank you, Richard, for that. Horace Grant, all that money. All his bank things are frozen because he does not pay child support. You know what you call that? Bust out. That's what that's called. Bust out. And today in Chicago history, Mother Cabrini named the very first state from the United States. Excuse me, the first saint from the United States. Sorry, folks, it's the vodka kicking in. Excuse me. Not state, saint. Today is the Chicago history, Mother Cabrini named the first saint from the United States. Mr. Ron Onesti posted that, the great Ron Onesti. All right. Another great quote of the day. I think a man with a helmet defending our country should make more money than a man with a helmet defending a football. Case closed. See the money they pay these football players? I mean, money they make. I mean, I understand it's a dangerous sport for the 14 games or whatever games they play. I think a man with a helmet defending our country should make more money than a man with a helmet defending a football. Love that quote. Leanna Rimes in the news. She's a country singer, I think. Leanna Rimes, this is classiccountrymusic.com. Leanna Rimes took her social media account with over 1.1 million followers to tell a funny story from her onstage tooth mishap. She started saying, okay, we're going to do a little story time about how the show must go on, and this is the most epic example of how the show must go on. Her front teeth fell out during her show, but she kept singing. She was, well, you know, some of those country people, they got no teeth anyway. But this is interesting. She kept singing with her front teeth falling out because the show must go on. Lana Rames, good for her. God bless. Washington Redskins, Cleveland Indians. Redskins logo makes a comeback as Washington Commanders reserve course and uncancel it. The Washington Redskins, the logo will be back on the NFL Redskins helmet this season. It looks like the Indians, Cleveland Indians, might go back to the Indian as well. Right now, it's just the Washington Redskins. We'll bring back the tomahawk guy, the Native American Indian logo on their helmet, which a lot of people were complaining when they removed them in the first place. Interesting, folks. It is time now for the JRC Ace Hardware Minute, brought to you by JRC Hardware Stores, folks. It's the weather for Friday, July 11th. It's 81 degrees right now. It is sunny out there. 74% humidity, 7% mile an hour winds. And yes, there's going to be rain at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 30 to 40% chance of rain all night long. So maybe some of those outdoor concerts will be canceled again tonight because of the rain. And that's the weather, brought to you by the JRC Ace Hardware Stores. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. On my social media pages, I'm starting to post some old stuff. My old video we just posted of me doing Me and Mrs. Jones, the video from my Me and Mrs. Jones CD. And every day we're going to put the cover of the front cover and the back cover of my CDs every day, because I've got 10 of them. A lot of people don't know, but we do sell CDs too for some of the older people who don't follow Spotify. So we'll be putting one a day until they're all up there. Throwbacking the days with the old CDs, which is kind of cool. Very interesting when a lot of people don't listen to CDs anymore, but if they do, we're going to start selling them again. And they'll be on my line. But today you can watch the Me and Mrs. Jones video that we did back in 98 maybe, or 2000, I'm not quite sure, with the late great Phil Vaughn produced it, and Andy Trippy, the drummer for Rick Lindy, and his wife is on the cover of the record, Me and Mrs. Jones. She's also in the video. Andy was kind enough to let his wife play My Lover on the video. And if you watch the video and you know who during the network, we're walking past a guy looking depressed like this, that's actually Andy. So Andy was cool. And I'll let Mrs. Jones check out the video that's on my Facebook page today. All right, folks, it is that time again, right? God, time just flies. Imperialux. Imagine putting your money to work for you, becoming your own bank, and making your dream retirement a reality with guaranteed lifetime income. Wendy Thompson, Craig Cogwin, help you create personal pensions, grow your wealth, secure your legacy. It's never too late to start. Take charge of your financial future today. Give them a call at 630-890-1213 or book them on Calendly for a free consultation and start building the retirement you deserve. That's Imperialux. Call Wendy or Craig, 630-890-1213, and tell them Tony O sent you. Imperialux, becoming your own bank. One more thing that really got me here, folks. Michael, they should have never changed their mascot. This is from Newsmax story, folks, just posted 2 hours ago. A senior Iranian official is warning that President Donald Trump should be killed by a drone strike while his Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida, continuing the threats being made against the president's life. I don't care if you like President Donald Trump or if you don't like him. No person should be shot or killed, especially not the President of the United States. Don't be a political while you're playing a restaurant in Schaumburg. Yes, sir. Thank you, Raymond Trunzo. I do appreciate, sir. I will do that, your advice. And thank you for the advice. I do appreciate it, sir. So that's, like I said, nobody should be committed, assassinated, or anybody should be killed. Everybody's life is important. Isn't that crazy? Crazy. Oh, I don't even know how anybody would even want that job. All right, guys, it is coming to the end of the hour, and we really do appreciate you guys listening. We got birthdays now. I mentioned the birthdays I missed the last couple days in the first part of the show, and now we're going to do the second part of the show. Robin Snyder, wherever you are, Dave and Robin, happy birthday to my good friend Robin. Cindy Spins. Cindy, Joe, if you're watching, happy birthday, Cindy. We'll see you at the getaway. Marty Feldman, great actor from, remember, Young Frankenstein. Cassandra Peterson, of course, she was Elvira, 74 years old. Richie Zambora, of course, formerly of Bon Jovi, celebrating a birthday. Jay Leno turned 75 years old. Bo Derek, number 10. I never got into her, so I never thought she was a 10. Teddy Kosoff, which is a great beauty salon on the North Shore. Happy birthday, Teddy, out there. Lisa Wetzel from Facts of Life, but she was also from the new show Collector's Call, celebrating a birthday. Kevin Nash, NWO, for all you wrestlers out there. Brian Dennehy, great character actor. Gene Chandler, Duke of Earl, celebrating a birthday. And Tom Hanks turns 69 years old today. Those are your birthdays that I missed, the new ones that came out actually for today. Guys, tonight, Chicago Prime Steakhouse, 8 o'clock with Daryl Armenstad. Tomorrow we'll be at the Getaway in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, at the French Country Inn, Lake Como, right on the water, 6 to 9, me and Double T. And Sunday at the Casa Italiana in Stone Park, Tony Ocean, also the Jersey Girls from 1 to 5. The music is going to be going on. So it's going to be a lot of fun. That's this Sunday, Casa Italiana in Stone Park. I want to thank you all for watching the show today. But before we do that, let's also thank our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, and they got some great deals going, folks. Don't forget to tell them to grill your ace off. That's right, folks. At all the following JRC stores, there's grilling destinations carrying Weber, Tangier, Napoleon, Charbol grills, large variety of models and displays. Let one of the certified team members help you find the right grill just by saying grill your ace off. And looking to spice up your food on the grill? Check out your spices, rubs, and sauces to add flavor to your barbecue fest. Trending now is a TikTok, Meat Church, Tangier, and Dan O's. They have them all. That's right, folks. And take advantage of the Auto Key program at all their stores. Save up to 50% less than the dealership. Visit the Helpful Hub to speak to a certified team member. And download the AC Rewards app. Easy way to keep track of your points, coupons, and special offers. Thank you guys for watching today. We do really appreciate it. Be back on Monday. Solo Tuesday, of course, with Carol Brandolino. And we have a whole great set coming up, folks. So we want you all to tune in. And remember a couple things. Buy local, shop local, support local establishments, support live entertainment, and try to be kind to everybody, folks. It's a tough world out there. And if you're offended by this show or any show you see on television or radio or whatever it is, just because you're offended doesn't mean you're right. We have to appreciate everybody's opinions because life is too damn short. Be kind to everybody out there, man. It's a tough world. It really is. But we really appreciate you guys watching now. 5 years now. We're going into our 6th year here on Ocean's Pit, Monday through Friday at noon. The great words of Ringo Starr, Sir Richard Starkey, peace and love. God bless you all, everybody. Have a safe weekend. And get out of the house and have fun. Anything you want to do, do it now. Don't wait till you retire because we don't know if tomorrow's ever going to come. And I'll thank you all for your comments, good or bad, whatever it is. I appreciate you guys even listening to the show. And I thank you. And we're going to try to make everything better. And that's what life is all about. We're going to learn something new every day. God bless you, everybody. Have a great day. Peace and love. Nick Sahaj is the piano man. He's in Florida right now with Phyllis, having a little vacation. But he's here in the studio doing this. Goodbye, everybody. Take us out, Nick.
It's the end of the show. See you later from Tony O.
Bye-bye, everybody. God bless you. Peace. All right. The dogs are hungry. See you later.